present upon the topic, should athletes be required to pass a regular drug test? I'll be talking primarily about steroids and opioids within this presentation, and talking about the severity at hand about how athletes should be required to pass drug tests in order to participate in the given sport that they are participating in. And any sport or activity that we talk about and we participate in our daily lives, people try to get the upper hand, whether it be cheating, tutors or anything else. People try to get above everybody. Everybody wants to be the best. But when people try to become the best, and they want to be the best at the highest level, this being professional athletes, and they begin to start using steroids and opioids to gain muscle mass, to gain an unfair advantage at the highest level, that's just wrong, and people should be punished upon those actions. People know cheating is unfair. Cheating on tests is unfair. How would you feel if the person sitting next to you when you're taking a final exam was cheating, wasn't caught on it, and they got a better grade than you? That's the same mentality that these individuals have taking steroids and opioids. I come in front of you as an athlete. I played baseball for 13 years. I am currently a collegiate bowler, and steroids might not be an issue in bowling, but they're definitely an issue in most sports. Players just wanting to become better than everybody else, and in my opinion, as an athlete, I can't stand for that. These people are paid millions of dollars to play at the highest level. They should not be receiving an unfair advantage. The problem at hand isn't, are they taking steroids? The problem at hand is, if they are taking steroids, we should know that they're taking steroids, and these players should not be allowed to compete at this level. Most of you may know, but in 1998, in the Major League of Baseball, when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, as pictured here, they were going for the most home runs hit in a singular season. Mark McGwire won the season, the Cardinals individual, by scoring 70 home runs, beating the competition, who was Sammy Sosa, by 4 home runs. However, baseball fans were shocked and deeply saddened to find McGwire declared in 2010 that he actually was able to achieve the record because he was using androstenedione drugs that help them enhance his strength and build muscle. According to the NCAA, student athletes are susceptible to random drug tests, whether a coach or event holder sees or believes that athletes are using, whether it be alcohol, drugs, steroids, opioids, whatever it be, they're susceptible to random drug tests. Daytona State University then furthers this claim by saying that the university themselves, instead of allowing coaches and event holders to just freely hand out drug tests, they have a mandatory drug test at least 4 times a season, because they want their student athletes to play by the books, how it's supposed to be played, with no steroids or nothing aiding an individual. This is then further explained by Marquette University, which talks about doping, which is the whole state of using steroids to become stronger or better as an athlete. In professional sports, it's so wrong that there should be a thing in place that prevents these individuals from falling through the cracks and being able to have these unfair advantages. You think about it, these unfair advantages, by extent, are like the most recent case we have with the Houston Astros cheating in the World Series by sending messages. That's not steroids, but that's an unfair advantage that you have upon an individual in order to succeed. And that, in my opinion, is wrong. What I personally hold would be the best idea is a mandatory drug test scheduled yearly, maybe once every 2 months in any given sports season, in order to in order to segregate and see if players are actually using illegal substances. It would provide information for us, the public, whether or not our childhood memories or our highest held individuals are actually as good as they are, or are they actually getting are they getting an aid in how good they are? In this drug test, players would not be mandated, they wouldn't get affected if they were consuming alcohol or tobacco, but however, they'd be in effect if they were using opioids, steroids, any other drug that increases muscle mass, increases attention. They'd be affected by that, because that is then, by extent, an unfair advantage. According to the Washington Post, many athletes who come from the steroid era, which is the 1980s to 2000s, are actually disappointed with themselves because some of their legacies will be tarnished or impacted by players who may have taken steroids or by themselves when they took steroids, because by extent, the Major League of Baseball, the Hall of Fame, doesn't credit a lot of players who took steroids. They cheated. And if they cheated, they're not physically acclaimed who they actually are. But in conclusion, this mandatory yearly drug test, monthly drug test, if you will, would weed out any athletes who actually fall through the cracks of these professional seasons to this day. And this would then allow actual athletes who are putting in the work in the gym, who are striving to be better, the actual opportunity to break records. They wouldn't be able to be tarnished by people who are cheating and maybe not working as hard enough to achieve these goals. The USADA website supports this and has an initiative right now, and it's called the Playing Clean Initiative, which is striving to weed out steroids from all sports in order to allow players the best environment to play, and an environment where they'll be able to succeed in their daily lives. Thank you.